Hey, Jeff,
Recording in progress.
just looking through these guys that landed on the COVID list, looks like it's hit your unit pretty hard. What kind of challenge is that for you guys as you prepare for Sunday?
It's an enormous challenge for this defensive coaching staff and for these players as well. You know, you got guys that not only have they not taken reps as a Jet, they just got here within 48 hours. You know, so it's a lot of sleepless nights for these coaches and players just trying to get caught up, and then for me to really step back and evaluate like what is fair to ask of them for Sunday. What can they really grasp and own and play fast with? So we're trying to find that balance now.
Can you speak to the safety position specifically, Jeff? I mean, obviously you're down there anyway with Marcus and Joyner going out early in the year. Now Ashton and Sherrod, Elijah's in the concussion protocol. It's hard to figure out, you know, sitting where we're sitting, who's playing on Sunday. And you signed a guy today, you added a guy the other day. Just what's that position look like right now?
You know, we are in new territory for me, and I think for anybody involved with football. You got Pinot that's been here, you know, so he gives us a little bit of a guy that's got a little bit of familiarity with what we're doing. Although the safety position is new to him, you know, he's a corner convert and he's a rookie, obviously. He hasn't played a whole lot of the position, but he probably has the most background with what we're trying to get accomplished. We've been fortunate that our personnel department has done a good job of poaching some guys from defenses that are similar to ours, so there's some familiarity as far as the verbiage and some of the defensive stuff that we do. But it's going to be I could not tell you today who's going to be the starting safeties. You know, we're going to still just keep, you know, balancing the reps as much as we can amongst the guys that we have available, and at the end of the week make a decision based upon who we think give us the best opportunity to play well.
Yeah, how involved has Robert been in this right now? I mean, obviously I know he can't be there, but I'm sure he's in on meetings. How involved has he been with all this?
Very much so. I would say he hasn't skipped a beat as far as that is concerned. You know, I think last year, as difficult as it was with the whole COVID thing that we went through, it made us all that much better at operating under these circumstances as far as doing everything virtual. And so, you know, he's over at the Archer, but he's still completely available for everything that we've done. So he's at staff meetings. He's obviously still running team meetings. So very involved.
Jeff, what does that process look like when you bring in those two safeties this week and trying to get them caught up on the fly and figure out who they are and what they can do for you guys?
Yeah, it's I don't know if this is a violation of the NFLPA, but a lot of early morning meetings, a lot of late night meetings, a lot of just a lot of extra, a lot of pre-practice, post-practice. Marco Emmanuel, Chip Vaughn, they absolutely had their hands full this week. So it's going to be a tireless process, but two coaches that are absolutely up for it. And as you know, as early, I don't know these guys obviously as well as the guys that have been here, but very bright players. Obviously, like I said, a little bit of familiarity with what we do. The fact that all of them have had some sort of history, whether it be with Cleveland or San Francisco or, you know, with all the different defenses that play similar stuff to us. So, yeah, it's tireless, but, you know, it's a great challenge. And it's one we're up for.
Is Mark on? Is he like just roll me out there at this point at safety?
Yeah. The way he runs around pre-practice and messes around with these guys, like I still think he's got some snaps left in him. And he definitely, if you allowed it, he'd do it for sure. But yeah, he's a great teacher. He's a great motivator. He's obviously very familiar with this defense. So, you know, there's no better man to get these guys prepared.
Jeff, could you just take us through Pinnock? You know, he was drafted as a corner, and I remember seeing in camp him playing some safety, but we've really only seen him in dime situations during the year, during games. Just is he full-time safety? Has he been that all season? Has he been cross-trained between the two positions? Just kind of what his path has been here.
Yeah, he started out purely as a corner for us. And then just as we got more familiar with him, and it wasn't a thing where we said he can't play corner. It was more of a thing where, you know, we asked our free safety position to go down and cover wide receivers, cover tight ends. So the man ability for that position is it's paramount. So it just made sense. Here's a guy who's got the body, the length, size, all that to play safety. Now it's a matter of getting him up to speed as far as all the technique is concerned, because we knew we had the man ability that we were searching for. Now it's working on his communication and his ability to run a defense. Obviously, at the corner position, you're a little bit of a lone wolf at times. You're out there on the island and you don't have to communicate necessarily as much. You don't have to understand all the run fits that safeties have to understand. So from that standpoint, it's been new and it's been challenging for him at times. But I'm excited about his opportunity to go out there and demonstrate what he's been learning out here on the practice field, because he's got a lot in his body. Like I said, long, fast, all the stuff that you can't coach, he's got. You know, so it'll be fun to see him go out there and see what he can do.
Jeff,
are
Marcus and LaMarcus able to join, like with the virtual meetings and stuff? Have they had some input to try to help some of these guys just with the off the field, the mental approach to playing a position that, like, you know, have they been available for you guys?
They have. I wouldn't say that they're always in the meetings, but they've definitely made themselves available. Both two, like LaMarcus and Marcus, both are absolutely team first type of guys, you know, and as much as they can be available, they've been available. And two guys that absolutely understand, like, the mental process and the emotional process that it takes to play high level defense, you know, and the safety position. So it's guys that you know, on a week like this, you know, that they can definitely provide some help as far as just, you know, Marquand will give the X and O's, the schematics. They can give, like you said, a little bit more perspective regarding the mental and emotional part of it.
Jeff, just going back to Miami, what gave you guys the biggest issues against their running attack on Sunday?
You know, the RPO element is always a challenge. You know, it's you create these run pass conflicts, and, you know, you can't be as aggressive as you'd like to be at times. Saying that, you know, we still got to play it better, you know, and it gets difficult. You get the ball run on you 40 plus times consecutive weeks, you know, so we got to do a better job as far as that is concerned to not necessarily make a team one-dimensional, but definitely limit what they're trying to do. People have definitely, the last probably month or so, looked at us as a team that they feel like they can run on consistently, and they can, you know, so we got to get better at it. We got to provide more answers schematically, and then we got to play better from a technical standpoint across the board.
We'll take a few more for Coach, a few more.
Jeff, I know it's hard for you to say this, and maybe you don't even know, but do you have any hope that some of these guys will be cleared for Sunday?
Yeah, I have no clue. You know, the guys that are vaccinated, that I think they get consecutive negatives, they get an opportunity to test back into the building, but then there's a ramp up period. There's a whole lot to the process. I don't necessarily understand the whole thing, but we're approaching it as if none of these guys are coming back. You know, approaching it as these are the guys we got to run with, and that's what we'll do.
Jeff, just when you look at Jacksonville on tape, what have you seen from Trevor Lawrence and what that offense can do?
You see a guy that consistently, I think, has improved as the year has gone on. You know, definitely see some flashes of you know, what you'd expect from a first round pick or first overall pick. He's got all the arm talent that you want. And then, you know, which makes it even way more difficult, the fact that he's such a big athlete. And, you know, I think sometimes those can be the most dangerous young guys, because if they don't necessarily completely understand the passing game and the defensive coverages that we're throwing at him, he's always got his legs to kind of bail him out as he starts to understand the game at a higher level. So he's a guy that moves the sticks. He's a guy that can sustain drives because of his leg and his arms. But yeah, he's going to be a great challenge for us. It'll be a great challenge for the guys that we throw out there.